The flower balloons are just as beautiful without the letterings. Some people actually prefer it without any letterings because it covers the flowers. But attaching a special message will make the flower balloon a great gift. So let's learn how to customize your very own lettering message. In today's lesson, I'll be telling you the tools and programs that you'll be needing. First, we're going to go into a website called Silhouette America. On the upper tab, click Products, and then click the Portrait tab. This is a product that I've been using for more than 3 years. Check the product overview for more details about the machine. Now let's download the software. Click on the Software tab, and then click on Software. Then click Download, and you're going to download the program that fits your computer device. This is all free, so make a lot of use of it. Once you've done downloading it, you can check it on your desktop screen. Now let's click on it. Once it's open, you can see that the default size is fitted into the Cameo machine. However, since I'm using the Portrait machine, I'm going to change the main setting so that it fits into this machine. On the right side, click on Open the Page Setup tab, and from here, you can change the setting according to your machine. I'm going to change it to Portrait like so. Now, so that we can create a more comfortable work setting, we're going to click View, and then click on Show Grid. Now, we have a grid that we can work on. It's much easier to match the size of the letterings in this way. The grid also has the same measurements with the mat that we're going to use. Now we're going to stick the vinyl sheet on the mat when printing the lettering. If you want to zoom in the screen, then click the View tab and then click on Zoom so that you can see a zoomed in version. This will make it easier for us to use. Now let's start typing. On the left toolbar, click the A button that stands for text box, and then click on the grid where you're going to start typing. You will be able to see the cursor blinking like this. Let's try typing in Happy Birthday. Once you're done, you can click on the text box and adjust the size like this. The default lettering font is very plain, so we're going to use a free font that's for commercial use. Let's go into a site called DaFont. You can see a list of free fonts, but be careful. Make sure you don't use the ones that has free for personal use written on them. We're going to pick out a font from the ones that are allowed for commercial use. First, let's click on the top tab. From here, we're going to go into More Options, and then we're going to check the OFL and 100% free checkbox. Here, OFL stands for Open for License, which means you can use it for free commercially. Now, let's click on the Submit button. You can see that all these fonts that show up now are 100% free. There's a lot for us to choose from. Scroll through and find the font that you like to work with. I'm going to choose this one. Isn't it cute? Make sure you always check on all the factors here before you download it. See that it says 100% free. Let's click Download and then install the font program. Now let's change the font. Click on the text box, and we're going to click on the A on the right side toolbar. You can see that it will say, Open the text style panel. Once you click on it, the list of all the fonts will show up like this. Search the font that you've just downloaded right now. I'm going to find the font Pulan. Once you found it, click on it, and then you'll be able to see that the font has changed. If you want to change the size of some letters and not the whole word, you can click on the right, and choose the Ungroup button. Now, you can see that all the letters are separated like this. But we're not going to use this today, so I'm just going to click the Undo button. Then, you can choose to change the size of each alphabet. Let's just make the first letters of each word bigger so that it stands out. Remember, you always have to make sure that the words are all inside the red lines, so we're going to move it down a little. Now we've prepared the letterings for a 30cm diameter balloon. If you want to create a lettering for balloons that have a 50cm diameter or more, then click on the View tab here. Then click Rotate Page and choose 90 degrees. Then by clicking on this green circle again, you can rotate your letterings like this. If you want to make a large lettering, then you should use this grid page vertically. If you want to group the letters all together again, you can just right-click and then choose Group like so. Now you can see that it's all in one group again. Now we're going to add a smiley face at the end. Let's go into a site called Flat Icon. Since I'm going to use a smile icon, let's search up smile icon. You can see that there are tons of smiley faces. I'm going to choose this one. Always remember to check the license. Make sure you see that it says Free for Commercial. First, click on the PNG tab and download it. Also, always make sure to attribute. Now that it's downloaded well, we're going to place a smiley on the grid like this. Use a green circle to rotate it like this. Next, we're going to increase the size so that it's easier for us to work with. On the right toolbar, we're going to click Open the Trace panel. Then, we're going to click Select Trace Area and we're going to drag it over the smiley face. Make sure you adjust the threshold to the left and right and then find a place where the smiley face is traced over the neatest. If you move the cursor too much to the left, then it won't trace properly. And if you move the cursor to the right, then the tracing line will become too thick. Once you get the right tracing width, then click Trace. Try moving the smiley face, and you can see that it's traced perfectly. Let's just adjust the size and make it smaller. If you just want to use the eyes and mouth, then right-click and then choose Release Compound Path. Think of this as an Ungroup button. This allows the icon to break up bit by bit. Click Undo, and let's delete the big circle that makes up the face and just use the eyes and mouth. Move it so that it's at the end of the lettering, and we're going to group this whole lettering together as one. Let's increase the size a bit like this. Now we're done with creating our very own custom lettering. And it's time to print it out. We're going to click Send, which is at the right top corner. Since we've created the silhouette lines, we're going to click the Line tab. Always make sure that the finished letterings stay inside the big red grid lines. Adjust the final settings to cardstock plain and cut, like this. And for the tool, I'm going to choose Auto Blade. Since I haven't changed my blades for quite some time, I'm going to adjust my force in between 24 to 25. Your blade will probably be brand new, so you can just adjust the force in between 8 and 10. I recommend you test out the force with your blade and then choose the right number, since it always differs according to the blade usage. Now we're going to attach the vinyl sheet on the cutting mat. If you purchase this machine, then the cutting mat will come along as well. Since the cutting mat is a consumable, you will eventually have to replace it with a new one as you use it many times. I use all sorts of colors each time, but the black and the gold are the colors that we will use the most. Estimate the size of the lettering and cut out that much. Now we're going to stick it on the cutting mat like this. We're going to cut the vinyl sheet into a size that will cover the whole lettering. Can you see what I'm doing? Just make sure it covers the whole lettering like this. Let's turn the machine on and then connect the USB to your computer or laptop. Line up the edge of the mat with the line of the machine like this, and then press the arrow button facing upwards. You can see that the mat will go inside the machine like this. Now it's ready to go. Click on the blue send button on the computer and with a sound it will stop cutting. It will take some time, so please be patient. When everything is done, let's press the arrow button that is facing downwards. Now you can take the mat out. Peel off the vinyl sheet like this, and now you're left with the final lettering. This is it. When you're going to attach it on a 30 cm diameter balloon, you can use this size approximately. Think of it as about 7 to 8 grid squares. But it's all different according to the size and the font. Cut off the vinyl sheet that matches the length of the lettering and just start printing again. Compare the two sizes like this. Remember, the size will always be different according to the balloon size. Can you see the size difference? Here, I've stuck it on a 24-inch helium balloon. You can see that it's a perfect size for it. And here, I've stuck it on an 18-inch doll ornament balloon. And we're done! This is it for creating your very own lettering. These are all I use to make it too, but if you want to learn about it and use more features, then you can check out some Silhouette Studio YouTube tutorials. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to take better photos, how to edit your flower balloon pictures, and also the way to pack the flower balloons for post. Thank you for watching today's video. Bye!